Welcome back to my channel, Pocket Change Coins. If you're excited about finding hidden gems in your pocket change, you're in the right place. First, we're going to uncover some of the most valuable and rare US coins that could be worth a fortune. Let's dive in. It's all about the 2007 Montana State Quarter, minted in Philadelphia, marked with that little P that just might mean something big. Now, Montana might not be the first state that comes to mind when you think of rare coins or exciting collectibles, but trust me, this one is different. It's a coin that tells a story of wide-open plains, tough frontiersmen, and nature's raw beauty. But more than that, it's also a coin that, under very specific conditions, has stunned collectors with a value you'd never expect from something you could pull out of a coin jar. Let's dive into it. The Montana Quarter was part of the legendary 50-state quarters program, launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999 and concluding in 2008. Each coin in the series represented one of the 50 states, with a unique design chosen to showcase its culture, heritage, or history. And when Montana got its turn in 2007, it came out with a design that was bold, symbolic, and unmistakably Western. Flip the coin over, and you're greeted by the dramatic image of a bison skull, suspended proudly above a sweeping Montana landscape. The bison skull is more than just striking, it represents the importance of the animal to the state's Native American heritage, as well as Montana's rugged and untamed frontier past. Behind it, you see rolling hills, open sky, and a sense of the boundless wilderness Montana is known for. Inscribed on the coin are the words, Montana 1889, the year Montana became the 41st state in the Union, and below, Big Sky Country, the state's famous nickname. And of course, on the obverse side is George Washington's familiar profile, with the small P mint mark just under the motto, "In God We Trust," telling us it came from the Philadelphia Mint. Now, let's get into the part that really matters to collectors, and potentially, to you. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 257 million of these quarters in 2007. So at first glance, it might seem like there's no way one of these could be valuable. But here's the thing, when it comes to coins, it's never just about how many were made. It's about how perfectly they were made, and how unique they might be. That's where the 2007 P Montana Quarter starts to shine. Some coins come out of the mint with pristine surfaces, mirror-like finishes, razor-sharp details, and no visible blemishes. These coins, when preserved properly, can be submitted to professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. And if they come back graded at mint state 68 or 69, the value jumps. Why? Because so few examples exist in such exceptional condition. But the real game changer comes when there's more than just condition involved. A few Montana quarters have been discovered with rare minting errors, and these are where things get exciting. We're talking about double dies, where letters or images appear twice due to a misalignment during the striking process. Or off-center strikes, where the design is visibly skewed. Some even have die breaks, which create raised lines or unusual shapes on the coin surface. These rare errors, when combined with high mint state quality, make the coin not just collectible, but coveted. The value spikes dramatically when it's both visually unique and in near-perfect condition, and just when collectors thought they'd seen it all, one very special 2007 P Montana Quarter surfaced. This coin was found in incredible mint state, showing minimal signs of contact and boasting a near-perfect strike. But what really set it apart? A rare die error on the reverse, an unusual mark near the edge of the bison skull that was confirmed as a minting anomaly. The coin was submitted, graded, and authenticated, and then, it shocked the numismatic world. That single quarter, ordinary to anyone who didn't know better, was ultimately valued at an astounding $99,000, yes. $99,000. For one single quarter. One that may have easily slipped through the hands of hundreds before someone noticed what it truly was. So the big question is, do you have one? It could be sitting in your change jar, tucked away in an old drawer, or hiding in a forgotten collection. All it takes is a careful eye, a bit of knowledge, and maybe a little luck. Because sometimes, the most valuable treasures come in the smallest, most unexpected forms. Second rare coin, we're talking about the War in the Pacific Quarter, released in 2019, minted in Philadelphia, and marked with the small but powerful P. Now, this isn't just a beautiful coin. It's a piece of living history, and in a few rare cases, it has shocked collectors by reaching a price that most people wouldn't believe a modern quarter could ever command. Stick around, because the end of this story might just have you checking your pockets a little more carefully. Let's begin with the background of this coin. The War in the Pacific National Historical Park is located in Guam, a U.S. territory in the western Pacific Ocean. This park commemorates the fierce battles fought during World War II in the Pacific Theater, particularly the bravery of American forces and the sacrifices made during the liberation of Guam in 1944. It's a story of grit, strategy, and the resilience of the human spirit in the darkest of times. In 2010, the U.S. Mint began the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a successor to the wildly popular 50-state quarters series. This new program was designed to showcase the natural and historical wonders of America, including its national parks, monuments, and battlefields. And in 2019, the War in the Pacific Quarter was released as one of 5 designs that year. Flip over this quarter and you're met with a powerful scene: American soldiers moving through the waters toward the beaches of Guam, weapons raised, focused and determined. It's not just a static image, it's action, emotion, and history captured in a single moment. The waves, the silhouettes of troops, the tropical foliage in the distance, it all tells a story of struggle and victory. Above the image are the words, War in the Pacific, and Guam, while the date below reads 2019. On the front, as always, is the portrait of George Washington, flanked by the inscriptions, Liberty, In God We Trust, and the small p indicating it was minted in Philadelphia. Here's where things start to get really interesting. While the Philadelphia Mint produced over 200 million of these quarters, only a few ever leave the mint in pristine, untouched condition. Most get tossed into circulation, clink around in pockets, and lose their luster fast. But some, just a handful, are preserved right from the start, either by collectors, coin hunters, or sheer luck. And when one of those coins is found in near-perfect condition, or with a unique minting error, that's where the magic happens. Let's talk about what makes a coin like this stand out. First, grade. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale, with anything over MS 66 considered excellent. A 2019 P War in the Pacific Quarter graded MS 68 or higher is incredibly rare. These coins look like they were just struck moments ago: sharp details, brilliant luster, and not a single distracting mark. Then, we have minting errors, the holy grail for some collectors. These are coins that left the mint with something wrong, but fascinating. It could be a double die, where parts of the design are duplicated due to a misalignment. It could be an off-center strike, a clipped planchet, or even a die break that leaves raised marks or extra lines on the coin's surface. Each error tells a story, and the rarer it is, the more collectors want it. A few War in the Pacific Quarters have been found with these anomalies. Combine that with high mint state condition and a popular, emotional historical theme, and suddenly you've got a coin that jumps in value from 25 cents to something truly extraordinary. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. Among all the War in the Pacific Quarters minted in Philadelphia in 2019, one special coin was discovered in flawless condition. It showed a rare die error that affected the design on the reverse. It was submitted for grading, authenticated, and made headlines among serious numismatists. That one quarter, just one out of more than 200 million, was ultimately valued at $35,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single coin, less than a decade old, once casually handed out as change, ended up being worth $35,000. So next time you get a quarter in your change, don't just drop it in the tip jar or toss it in the car console. Take a closer look. That tiny P, that battle scene, that quiet reminder of history, it might be more than just a coin. It could be a hidden treasure. Third expensive coin, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2000 P New Hampshire State Quarter, a coin that pays tribute to rugged independence, natural beauty, and possibly, a staggering hidden value. This coin may look like any other quarter, but behind its simple shine lies a powerful story of American resilience, a bold design that stands out from the rest, and yes, an example so rare and pristine that it once sold for a jaw-dropping amount that will leave you speechless. Let's explore why. Released in 2000, the New Hampshire Quarter was the 9th coin in the U.S. Mint's legendary 50-state quarters program. This series, launched in 1999, was designed to honor each of the 50 states with a unique reverse design that captured a slice of its identity. And for New Hampshire, a state proud of its history, motto, and landscape, the design couldn't have been more symbolic. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see a striking image known as the Old Man of the Mountain, a naturally occurring rock formation that resembled a face carved into a cliffside. For centuries, it stood high in the White Mountains, watching over the land below, becoming a symbol of strength, pride, and endurance for New Hampshire residents. Though the formation tragically collapsed in 2003, its memory lives on through this powerful coin. Beneath the formation, etched into the metal, is the state motto, "Live free or die." A bold statement, and one that reflects New Hampshire's fierce dedication to liberty and independence, a legacy that dates back to the earliest days of the American Revolution. The reverse also features the inscriptions, New Hampshire 1788, the year the state joined the Union, and 2000, marking the coin's year of issue. Flip it over, and you'll find the familiar portrait of George Washington, along with the tiny but important letter P just beside his ponytail, indicating this particular quarter was minted in Philadelphia. Now, let's talk about what makes this quarter, of all the millions that were produced, so special. The Philadelphia Mint struck well over 450 million New Hampshire quarters in 2000. That's right, almost 500 million. But don't let that number fool you. In the world of coin collecting, it's not about how many exist, it's about how few were preserved in exceptional condition, or how few bear unique minting anomalies that make them one of a kind. Some 2000 New Hampshire quarters have been found with rare errors that slipped past quality control, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or clash dies, where part of one side's design gets imprinted on the other. These small but stunning errors can transform a common coin into a rare collectible worth hundreds or even thousands of times its face value. But that's just one part of the story. Another factor that dramatically increases a coin's value is its condition. Coins that never entered circulation, never passed through a cash register, never bounced around in a pocket or drawer, can be graded at the highest levels, MS 67, MS 68, and the ultra-rare MS 69. These are coins that look like they just left the mint yesterday. Flawless surfaces, bold detail, and brilliant shine. Combine one of these top-tier grades with a known mint error, and suddenly, you've got a coin that makes headlines in the numismatic world. And that's exactly what happened. One specific 2000 New Hampshire quarter was discovered by a collector who knew exactly what to look for. The coin had a recognized reverse die error, subtle but visible, and was preserved in almost perfect condition, certified by one of the top grading authorities in the world. After being authenticated and appraised, it was listed for auction, and what happened next left coin experts stunned. That little coin, just 25 cents in the eyes of most, was ultimately valued and sold for an astonishing $50,000. Yes. You heard that correctly. $50,000. For a quarter. And now the real question is, do you have one? It could be sitting in your change jar, nestled in an old drawer, or hidden in that roll of coins you haven't opened in years. Most people would never give a second thought to a 2000 quarter from New Hampshire, but those who know the signs? They know better. So here's what you can do: inspect your coin. Look for sharp details, clean surfaces, and any unusual marks or misalignments. And if you find one that looks just a little off or too perfect to be true, don't ignore it. It might just be the treasure everyone else missed. Especially, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable quarters in U.S. history, the 2004 Wisconsin State Quarter. This coin may look like just another piece of pocket change, but in the world of numismatics, it's a true hidden gem. Released as part of the 50-state quarters program, the 2004 Wisconsin Quarter was one of the last coins minted in the series, following the release of each state's unique design. For Wisconsin, the coin honors the state's rich agricultural history, with a design featuring a dairy cow and an ear of corn, two of Wisconsin's most iconic agricultural products. But there's so much more to this coin than meets the eye. The Wisconsin Quarter is a stunning piece of history, blending the state's farming roots with its love for dairy production. The coin shows a cow standing near an ear of corn, with the word Wisconsin written above and 1848, the year the state joined the Union, inscribed below. This was a clear nod to the state's contribution to the agricultural industry and its position as the nation's dairy capital, but there's a twist that makes this coin incredibly special, and it all comes down to a small detail on the reverse side of the quarter. You might think this is just another standard issue coin, but there's a hidden feature that collectors have gone wild over: the extra leaf error. That's right, some Wisconsin quarters were minted with an additional leaf on the stalk of corn in the design, a tiny mistake that makes all the difference. This simple, seemingly insignificant error has turned certain versions of the coin into some of the most sought-after pieces in modern American numismatics. In 2004, the United States Mint produced over 500 million Wisconsin quarters, with millions of these coins being released into circulation. Naturally, most of them were used and became worn out through everyday transactions. But not every coin was like the rest. The extra leaf variety of the Wisconsin quarter is extremely rare. Most of the time, the corn stalk on the coin features just 2 leaves. But on a few lucky quarters, a 3rd leaf appears, making this error all the more valuable. Now, the real question is, what makes this coin so highly prized among collectors? Well, rarity and condition play a massive role in determining its value. The coins with the extra leaf were never intentionally released by the mint as a special edition. They were simply a byproduct of a minting error, which means that those who found them in circulation didn't even realize the true treasure they had at first. That's why these particular quarters have become so valuable today, but here's the kicker: the condition of the coin plays an even bigger role in how much it's worth. Coins that were circulated or damaged over time aren't as valuable as those that were kept in pristine condition, untouched by time or wear. When a 2004 Wisconsin quarter with the extra leaf is found in near-perfect, uncirculated condition, its value skyrockets, often fetching far more than a typical quarter would ever be worth. What makes this even more exciting is that the minting error isn't just rare, it's become an iconic part of the coin collecting world. Error coins, like the Wisconsin quarter with the extra leaf, have a unique allure because they represent the unexpected, the one-in-a-million find that can turn a seemingly ordinary coin into an extraordinary one. There's a specific quarter, graded by professional numismatists, that has set the benchmark for value. This coin, in MS-67 condition, was sold at auction for a stunning price, and it's only one of a very few that have reached this level of perfection. The reason why it's so valuable isn't just because of the rare minting error, it's also about the condition it's in. When you find a quarter like this, one that's practically flawless, it's no wonder collectors are willing to pay so much for it. Now, are you ready for the big reveal? If you're lucky enough to find a 2004 Wisconsin quarter with the extra leaf in mint condition, it could be worth $40,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $40,000 for a single quarter. That's the kind of money that makes people take a second look at their spare change. So, next time you're going through your pocket change, take a moment to inspect your coins. You never know, there might be a rare extra leaf Wisconsin quarter hiding there, just waiting to be discovered. It could be the key to a small fortune. Next coin, we're diving into the 2002 Mississippi State Quarter, a coin that might seem like just another part of the 50 state quarters program at first glance, but in reality, it could hold a treasure trove of value, especially if you know what to look for. The Mississippi State Quarter was released in 2002 as part of the U.S. Mint's famous 50 state quarters program, a project that began in 1999 and ran through 2008. This program was designed to honor each of the 50 states with a unique quarter featuring an image that represents the essence of each state. When it came time for Mississippi to be represented, the coin's design paid homage to the state's rich history and vital role in the American Civil War. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find an image of the magnolia flower, the state's official flower, along with a shield featuring the word Mississippi and the date the state joined the Union, 1817. The magnolia, known for its elegance and beauty, has deep roots in Mississippi's history. This symbolic flower is often associated with the southern charm and resilience that the state is known for, but what truly makes this quarter stand out isn't just the design, it's a fascinating combination of rarity and historical significance that drives collectors wild. When you dig into the history of this coin, you'll find that while it may have been minted in large numbers, some of these quarters are now incredibly rare and valuable due to specific minting errors and condition. Here's where things get really interesting. While millions of 2002 P Mississippi quarters were produced, finding one in flawless, uncirculated condition is extremely rare. A coin that looks as though it just came off the minting press, free of any wear or damage from circulation, is worth much more than its face value. Coins that were carefully stored, untouched by the hands of time, are highly sought after by collectors. And that's where the value starts to skyrocket. But wait, there's more. Some of the 2002 P Mississippi quarters have been found with die errors or misprints, making them even more desirable. These errors could range from slightly misaligned designs to more noticeable flaws such as double strikes or off-center designs. Collectors love error coins because they're unique. No two are the same. They are true, one-of-a-kind pieces of numismatic history. For example, imagine finding a Mississippi quarter with a double die error. This happens when the die that strikes the coin shifts slightly, creating a blurry or duplicated image. Coins with these kinds of errors are highly valued because they are rarities that can't be replicated. These error coins don't just stand out, they shine in the coin collecting world. The more unusual the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. Now, let's talk about the condition of the coin, because that's where things really get exciting. If you happen to come across a 2002 P Mississippi quarter that's graded MS 67 or higher, meaning it's nearly flawless, with no wear and tear, no imperfections, and an incredibly crisp design, you're holding onto a coin that could fetch big money in the marketplace. In fact, the value of a well-preserved 2002 P Mississippi quarter can escalate into the tens of thousands of dollars. But the true value is realized when the coin has both the right condition and a rare minting error. That's when it can fetch the biggest prices. And here's the final reveal: if you've got one of these rare, flawless 2002 P Mississippi quarters with a minting error, it could be worth $45,000. Yes, you heard me correctly. $45,000 for a quarter. It's an unbelievable amount, but that's the magic of coin collecting. You never know what you're holding on to, and something as simple as a state quarter could be your ticket to a small fortune. So, next time you're checking your change or going through a coin collection, be sure to look for the Mississippi State Quarter. If it's in good condition, or better yet, if it's got a minting error, you could be sitting on a rare and valuable coin that could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Last unique coin, we're diving into a coin that perfectly captures the awe-inspiring beauty of one of America's most unique national parks, the 2014 D Great Sand Dunes Quarter. Released as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, this coin honors the Great Sand Dunes National Park in Colorado, and while it might look like any other coin at first glance, it could be worth far more than you might think. Stick around because we'll not only explore the history behind this stunning design but also reveal how much this coin could be worth. Prepare to be amazed. The 2014 D Great Sand Dunes Quarter was part of a series of coins issued to commemorate national parks and historic sites across the United States. This quarter, in particular, pays tribute to the Great Sand Dunes National Park and Preserve, a place known for its towering sand dunes that can reach over 700 feet high. Located in Colorado, the park is home to a rich diversity of wildlife, plant life, and, of course, those majestic dunes that seem to stretch endlessly into the horizon. The design on the reverse side of the coin features the breathtaking sand dunes, with the Sangre de Cristo Mountains looming in the background. In the foreground, a visitor enjoys the vast, open space, symbolizing the park's ability to offer a sense of freedom and connection with nature. The beauty of this design lies in its simplicity, capturing the raw, unspoiled majesty of the dunes, while also evoking a sense of adventure and discovery. This particular quarter was minted in 2014 as part of the U.S. Mint's ongoing effort to honor America's national parks and public lands through the America the Beautiful Quarters program. Each coin in this series is issued to celebrate the country's natural wonders, and the Great Sand Dunes Quarter is no exception. The park's unique landscape and historical significance make it a worthy tribute. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin so interesting and, potentially, valuable. While millions of these coins were minted, the true value lies in the rarity and condition of the individual coins. As with any collectible, finding one that has been carefully preserved in uncirculated condition is key to determining its worth. A coin that has never been circulated, showing no signs of wear or damage, is much more valuable than one that has been in circulation for years. These pristine coins are the holy grail for collectors and can fetch significantly higher prices on the market, but here's the kicker: error coins make things even more exciting. The Great Sand Dunes Quarter, like many other coins, was minted in large numbers, but some rare minting errors managed to slip through the cracks. These coins might feature double dies, misprints, or off-center strikes, making them unique and highly coveted by collectors. A coin with a minting error is considered even rarer than a coin in perfect condition, because the error is what sets it apart from the hundreds of thousands of other quarters produced in the same year. Error coins have a special allure in the numismatic world, as they are essentially one-of-a-kind pieces that tell a different story than the rest. If you're lucky enough to find one of these Great Sand Dunes quarters with a noticeable error, then you found yourself a truly unique treasure that could significantly increase in value. So, you may be asking yourself, what makes this coin worth so much money? Well, the value of a 2014 Great Sand Dunes quarter can be incredibly high when it's in perfect condition or when it's one of the rare error coins that collectors are searching for. Coins that meet these criteria have been known to fetch anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars at auction, depending on the market and the specific condition of the coin. But here's the big reveal: if you happen to have a 2014 Great Sand Dunes quarter that's in pristine condition, or better yet, one with a rare minting error, it could be worth as much as $27,000. That's right, $27,000 for a single quarter. Who would have thought that a simple coin, commemorating the stunning beauty of a national park, could be worth such a significant amount? The value of these coins is a testament to the world of coin collecting, where rarity, condition, and historical significance all come together to create something truly extraordinary. So, what does this mean for you? Well, it's time to check your spare change. Look through any rolls of quarters you might have lying around, and give that 2014 Great Sand Dunes quarter a closer inspection. If it's in excellent condition or has any kind of minting error, you could be holding on to a valuable coin without even knowing it. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2014 Great Sand Dunes quarter, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. There's so much more to discover in the world of rare coins, and we've only just scratched the surface. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes, the most valuable things come in the smallest packages. Keep hunting, and who knows? Your next great find could be just a coin flip away.